day, man. Take me through that last block of return.
It just comes out to the basics, the details. We knew he was going short or low. Just had to get our hands up. We had great push from our guys. D-tackle room. At the end of the day, balls on the ground, scoop and score. We practice it every Thursday. Got to do it.
You blocked it. Jalen blocked the other one, which deflected off your arm. I mean, 2 blocked field goals in a game. How does that happen?
It just comes out to the basics.
Look out. Look, that's a lot of human being right there. And then we talked about you coming in great shape, being able to play more down. How about running all the way with that football? That was all that extra weight you took off.
Look, man, I ain't ran that fast since about 40, so. But I'm glad I got a touchdown, man.
Hey, congratulations. Great start to the season. Another win.
We could do a whole show on just that interview. I need play-by-play of just big dudes hugging each other by Mike Garafolo. That's a lot of human right there. Well done, Mike G. Thank you so much. Eagles, they were down by 19. This is their second largest comeback win at home ever. And the remarkable thing about the 2 block kicks, Mans, I just thought, is that there was no leverage called. It was just pure big dudes jumping over guys, getting their fingertips on it. It was such a cool thing. But what else did you take away from the game?
Well, besides there was non-leverage. There's a lot of push in that big middle. But if you're talking about push, guys, they demonstrated the Eagles that this is championship DNA. So what does that mean? That means finding ways to win, because in the first half, it looked like it was going to be a blowout. And then they come back in the second half and they start to make their plays. They start to throw the ball a little bit. Jalen Hurts starts to get a little bit comfortable. He starts yelling at the coach, let's go, start calling more passes. But the guy that epitomizes that whole thing for me is A.J. Brown. Like, we all know that for the past few weeks, A.J. Brown has been frustrated. I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated? He's one of the best wide receivers in the game. But he only had a few catches, a few receptions. Coming to the second half of that game, guys, he had 6 receptions for over 100 yards, averaging 18 yards per reception and a touchdown. Like, this is the first 10 quarters, and that's the last 2 quarters. Same amount of receptions, almost triple the yards per reception, and a touchdown. This is a guy that could have easily taken his frustrations out on his teammates. But instead, he chose to take his frustrations out on the secondary for the LA Rams. I can't tell you how much respect I have for somebody like that, somebody who has continuously been selfless, somebody who's also voiced his frustrations last year and throughout his career. You show the maturity. He's also shown the leadership. So this all was great. The block was great, but it couldn't have happened without somebody like A.J. Brown holding it down for the Philadelphia Eagles offense.
I completely agree. Great game, huge stakes. We don't know how this is going to play out. This could determine the 1 seed in the NFC this game. Honestly, I think these are 2 top 5 teams in the NFL. I love the Rams. I love the Eagles. Excellent game. Really rough loss for the Rams. They were better for most of the day. You got to leave Philly with a win there. But listen, we're getting all caught up in the blocked field goals, and they're really exciting. The story of this game, to me, is kind of what Manti is talking about. It's Jalen Hurts. He threw 3 touchdowns, his first 3 of the season. Guys, I spent the whole offseason trying to tell you, Saquon is not going to even sniff 2,000 yards. It's not good. Have you been watching Saquon? He's got 3.3 yards a carry. His longest run through 3 games is 16 yards. That's fine. He's playing ball. But those 2,000-yard runners, they don't even come close the next year. So Jalen's going to have to do Jalen things. And just when you thought, like, you understand what Jalen's about, we've seen him now. We've seen him in 2 Super Bowls. When you see him on the sideline as the Eagles are blocking a kick to win the game, and this dude's face doesn't even change. This is an unusual person. Do we have the video? He's standing on the sideline. The most exciting play in the sport is a blocked kick. Look at him on the top. There's no smile. There's no jump. Look at behind him. You got quality control coaches and teammates and everything are foaming at the mouth. And there's not even a little grin or anything. Like, I'm telling you, psychologically, he is completely wired differently. If you watch just the top, you wouldn't know if the Rams made the kick or if the Eagles blocked the kick. It's the same facial expression. That's how he acts when he goes through 2 weeks with no passing touchdowns. That's how he acts when he outplays Mahomes in a Super Bowl and they lose. I think he is so perfect for this team and this town and that media market. Jalen Hurts had a day. Block field goals are great. They're not going to happen every week. Jalen Hurts is going to happen every week. That is what you take away. The Eagles beat one of the other best teams in the NFL, and they did it because their quarterback did it with his arm. He can, and he will again.
That video was really well done. It was edited by the NFL social media team, put on their Instagram. I actually commented on it, which is kind of a rare. I never do that with the NFL. However, if you re-rack it, roll it again, what I wrote on the thing on Instagram was, the best part about this video is that Nick Sirianni has no chill. The person that full-blown bumps into the starting quarterback here, Sirianni comes flying across your screen. Wait. There. That's his own
he ran right into him.
Coach. He's like, no, Jalen's trying to get out of people's ways, and Sirianni can't contain himself. And he's like, excuse me, I can't. It's a beautiful thing. Well done, Eagles. Well done, Sirianni. Everyone's acting as they normally should.
Yeah, and we got to give credit to the big fella, Jordan Love, man. I fell in love with this man yesterday. And it's not because of the blocked field goal, which was great. He won the game.
Jordan Davis.
Jordan
Love had a tough day yesterday.
Yes. Thanks for cleaning me up.
I got you.
Thank you for Jordan Davis, really, what I love about him, man. For a guy early in his career, he figured out I can either be a passenger on this championship team or I can be an impact player. Here's a 3rd and 2 right now. Hustle and heart win the game.
Get there.
And he hawks down Stafford for getting the first down, man. This is a man who, this is a guy who lost a lot of weight so he can play more snaps, he can be more of an impact player, and he can deliver. And he did so. It wasn't just the blocked field goal that won the game. Sure, that was great. He ran at 18 miles per hour. But you talk about really being an impact player for this defensive line who's deficient in a lot of areas. For a lot of young fellas out there, man, they have a hard time figuring out who they want to be early in their career. He said, no, man, I want to be an impact player. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to be there for my brothers on the defensive line. And plays like that win you ball games. Because if Stafford converts that 3rd down, they are probably going to score that drive. So I thought that was a pivotal play. Credit Jordan Davis for a big-time play and hustle and heart.
You know what would be the toughest award to win on the Eagles defense this year? Is like Hustle Play of the Year. Because Zach Bond's got one on tape already. Now we got Jordan Davis, probably 2 from that game. It's well done, everybody. It was Eagles-Rams. It was a beautiful thing. You know what else was? Whatever Aaron Glenn was doing. But the thing is, those 3 wins all were accomplished by a total of 6 points. It's close. It's by the teeth on the sword, if you will, for the Buccaneers. But they always get the job done. The Jets, that was simply heartbreaking, Kyle. However, that quarterback at the podium, whether it's on the game-winning drive or answering questions like that, he's always got a bit of a snark, and he's got style to it as well.
Yeah, he wins every week in the same exact fashion. You can just tune in, and whether it's in the early window or prime time or whatever, the Bucs are going to be down late, and Baker's just going to be like, no big deal, I'll come back. Do you understand? Like that blocked field goal was a tidal wave of a play. Tampa Bay just completely blew the game. It was an all-time highlight. The opposing coach is literally dancing on the sideline, and Baker's like, okay, so Big Mike's out. I got like a minute and something left. I'll throw to some rookie receiver and Sterling Shepard. It's like, no big deal. It's fine. Baker Mayfield this year, just a couple facts, guys. He has not thrown an interception this year. Through 3 games, he has 0. He takes care of the ball. He wins. He runs for about 40 yards a game. It's always this guy kind of cool run where he breaks the pocket. Completed 2 passes to Sterling and to the rookie, and then it's to see you later. They could have lost to the Falcons. They could have lost to Houston. They could have lost to the Jets. It's a lot of could have, and it's not actually happening every week. One of the best players right now in the NFL. We don't do quarterback tiers on this show, but if we did, it's like, what more do you want from him? Protects the ball, throws downfield, checks it down, runs, playing MVP level football. I hate to say the letters MVP now that we're going into week 4, but the Bucs are 3-0, and they just looked right in the face of an embarrassing loss, and Baker's like, dink, I got it. Manti, tell me differently.
No, I'm not going to tell you differently because I totally agree with you, KB. I also want to say that Buccaneers defense continues to produce for them at a very high rate, making it very uncomfortable. Obviously, they get this pick 6 by Zion McCollum. Guys, it's like when you have a defense that can keep you in the game, you know, it wasn't looking pretty all the time for the Buccaneers offense. Those jerseys were pretty, that's for sure. But it was a defense that continued to just wreak havoc, not only in the backfield, in the pass game, getting an interception. Levante David gets his sack. Like, how many years does he have? Like, guys, this defense has always been the foundation of this team. And now when you pair that up with somebody like Baker and the things that he's done late in games, Willie, this is what creates 3-0. This is what creates multiple NFC South championships. And it's looking like it's going to be the same this year, just early.
Yeah, credit the Bucs for a scrappy win. My heart breaks for the Jets. Aaron Glenn said at the post game, and he goes, hey, we're not the same old Jets. but they look like the same old Jets. They don't have competent quarterback play. They struggle to get off the field on third down. And at the end of the game, they're just unable to finish. I'm at the end, when the fourth quarter came, I was an emotional roller coaster. I was like, we're finally in this game. We finally have a chance to win something. And when you look at the Jets right now, they don't have the answers. And when they do find the answers, it's too late in the test. Todd Bowles knows that he blitz. He's going to blitz the paint off you. But when it comes down to it, man, you have to be able to finish games. When you let Baker Mayfield at the end get on the last drive, scamper for 30 yards, and then hand the ball off to a kicker for a game-winning field goal, that seems what the Jets do. It seems like the same old Jets. So Aaron Glenn has a lot to figure out. Tyler Anstrange, the offensive coordinator, he's grown into the position. But right now, my heart breaks for the Jets.
What do you think about this, Willie? I've seen some takes this morning that the way that he handled himself, Aaron Glenn, after the loss, even when it was over, there's a shot of him clapping, he's kind of smiling. And I understand the subtext is that we fought and we didn't give up and some other Jets would have. But then there's the whole you are what your record says you are, the 0-3. Like, where do you wash out on all that?
Well, at the end of the day, it comes down to wins and losses. They lost the game, right? And if you watch most of that game, they didn't realize what they needed to do to late in the fourth quarter. They were fortunate enough to get the big field goal blocked by Will McDonald. But overall, man, this team they're starting to get injured. I mean, Sauce Gardner was in and out of the lineup. Mm-hmm. Quincy Wilson got hurt, and so they're really trying to find themselves right now. Now I don't know if they have the answers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Bucs. It's a fancy when the number is 3 in front of your 0, and it's not great when the number 3 is after your 0. Mm-hmm. That's the tale of two teams right there. We still have a lot to get to on GMFB. Like at the end of this hour, we got to rewind that, grab your remotes. And there was a trivia about a Vikings defensive player. You're going to find out the answer next on our show. We'll be right back.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Throwing is Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They run once more with McCaffrey. And now for a second time, he loses the football. And this is taken in by the defense.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Chiefs offense ready for their first possession. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. 49ers first down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4.
I like the element of surprise here, Mike. It seemed like everyone was so keyed elsewhere on the play that nobody even gave a thought to him potentially getting the run. Didn't take him long to see he was going to be able to clearly pick up that first down.
So they come to the line for first down.